Planet Dolan.
From an infestation of snakes to a mysterious creature in your toilet bowl, we count 8 of the creepiest creatures found in homes.
Hey everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm here to caress your brain cells with weird facts from all over the world.
Number 8. After a particularly rainy summer, residents of the town in MacLeod started noticing a huge spike in the number of spiders. While this isn't too uncommon, the creepy thing is, these spiders were much larger than normal. Some even larger than mice. This wave of giant spiders terrorized local residents, with one family reporting spiders hanging around their young son's room, and another claiming a spider chased his terrified wife from room to room. Number 7. In 2015, a newlywed couple who had just returned from their honeymoon got a shocking surprise when they looked into their toilet bowl. The creature lurking in there looked like something out of a horror movie. It was a large brown mass with ears and whiskers. The man took a photo of this terrifying goosebumps creature and posted it online. Everyone was stumped. Not even a zoo director knew what it was, although some theorize it was a small rodent like a rat or a mole. The couple accept that they will probably never know the identity of the creature, but the incident has taught them a valuable lesson. Always look before you sit down. Number 6. One morning, an Australian woman woke up to find an intruder in her kitchen. It wasn't a man wielding a knife. It was a monstrous 17-pound python. The giant reptile had somehow gotten inside the woman's secure home and perched itself on her kitchen counter. Thinking quickly, the woman called 2 professional snake trappers who swooped in to save the day. It turned out the monstrous reptile had just eaten an unlucky neighborhood cat. It's possible it was raiding the woman's fridge for something to wash the kitty down with. Number 5. A pleasant afternoon of renovating their dream home quickly turned into a nightmare for a Pennsylvanian family. Hidden in the walls were dead chickens, old spices, and other ritualistic objects. It turned out the previous homeowners had practiced a freaky Dutch folk magic called powwow. The dead chickens were supposed to ward off sickness, but they instead made the homeowners feel sick to their stomachs. They told reporters they were shocked, horrified, and disgusted at the discovery. The worst part is that removing the carcasses cost them $20,000, and they're still struggling to get rid of the smell of dead animals. Number 4. Imagine coming home after a few days away to discover your favorite sculpture shattered on the floor. Like Ken Zaslack and Anne Duke, you'd probably assume your cat had knocked it over, or you'd been robbed. The last thing you'd expect to find is a deadly bird of prey in the living room. But, following their daughter's screams, that was exactly what Ken and Anne had discovered. The fully grown red-tailed hawk was perched on the furniture and spread its large, intimidating wings in warning. The family has no idea how the hawk found its way into their Detroit home, but they think it might have been trying to catch their pet cat. It also pooped all over, everywhere. So yeah, definitely a destructive house call. Number 3. Who's afraid of the big black bat? You would be if you found yourself in this situation. An abandoned cottage hospital was scheduled to be torn down in April 2016, but workers found the cottage wasn't quite as abandoned as they thought. Entire colonies of bats had moved to the Pershore Cottage Hospital and had no intention of leaving. The demolition had to be delayed because some of these bats were legally protected species and had to be relocated. I don't envy whoever gets to do that job. Number 2. Idaho may seem like a quaint place where nothing scary happens, but as these new homeowners discovered, appearances can be deceiving. One day, they found a snake in their backyard. No big deal. Until they found 3 dozen more. They were soon carrying bucket loads of snakes off their property and noticed a strange rustling in the walls that kept them up at night. When they moved a panel from their crawl space, they discovered an infestation of snakes. Dream home ruined. It turns out, their house was built on top of an enormous snake breeding ground. This explained why their tap water had a strange onion-like taste, as snakes release this odor when frightened. It also meant they were at risk of contracting salmonella and tapeworms because of all the snake feces. The house's previous owners had known about the infestation and abandoned their home because of it. The real estate agent had failed to mention that the home came with hundreds of scaly tenants. Sadly, the poor family were left with no choice but to leave and ended up filing for bankruptcy. Number 1. Most people shudder at the thought of regular-sized rats crawling around their home. But spare a thought for the poor tenants if the Irelands kill crone in court estate community. their home was completely infested with groups of giant rats. The tenants had complained to their landlord for months, but their concerns weren't being taken seriously. Frustrated, the brave tenants decided to catch one of the rats and post a photo of it on social media. The photo went viral, and commenters were astounded that these mutant rodents were somehow the size of a small dog. The landlord was finally forced to take action. Presumably, he called in an entire SWAT team. Alright guys, we got a new question for you. What's the weirdest thing you've done to impress your crush? Let us know in the Reddit page link below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Catch you guys next time. Australia is host to some of the most dangerous animals on Earth, but you probably didn't know that the platypus was one of them. These kinda cute but also kinda ugly guys are normally seen as harmless little mammals. But that's when you don't know they're actually carrying some serious venom in those paws of theirs.